remote and dispersed, Luoku's family has been living in homes like this for a long time now. Experts say for poverty alleviation to be sustainable, it has to be comprehensive. There is no doubt China is fighting the good fight, but it's not one that can be won with a knockout blow. Do you see this as a major step forward for the BRI in addressing some of the concerns surrounding it? For example, debt trap, the notion for one.
In the first place,
have we reached the tipping point of a potential climate catastrophe?
I think we are on the tipping point.
The turning point for Guizhou province came in the year 2014 when it started developing its big data industry. Land seems to be barren right here in the Gui'an area, but now new data centers of major global technology firms are being constructed right on these very lands. Talk to us about Ghana's funding needs at this point. I mean, just how much underfunded is Ghana right now?
Well, I will not be able to put the numbers on it. Like every other country, we are also underfunded.
Some critics have brought up, the national security threat when it comes to Chinese companies investing abroad. Do you buy that?
We think that, everything has to be measured.
Medical experts say while most polyps are benign, a subtype known as adenomas can eventually become cancerous. The WHO recommends that adults take a maximum of 5 grams of salt a day, which equals 2,000 milligrams of sodium. That's essentially 1 teaspoon of salt. Recently, we are seeing the rise of protectionist and nationalist sentiment. And I would like to quote you. You said before regarding Brexit that the core of politics is the ability to make compromises. Do you share the same sentiment when it comes to trade?
Absolutely.
This is thanks to a chip that's embedded in the smart school uniforms that are connected to the school surveillance right here at the Horticultural Expo.
And I thank your viewers. Welcome to India Garden. Come everybody. This is the last week. Don't lose the chance.
And that's right. The expo will end in a few days on the 7th. But that's it from us. Back to you, Tony, in the studio.
Thank you very much, Wellington and her guests.
What would be the legacy of the 2019 Beijing Expo after it closes?
I think the legacy will be partly in terms of the message.
您以前是在那个煤矿厂工作的，那自从你这是转行到这个芒果产业，您的这个生活是怎么改变了呢？
In the past,
His old home, if you can see his roof, when it rains, it actually leaks. So it's not very safe. There's also no ventilation right here. Here in Liangshan, we are surrounded by beautiful mountains and lakes, natural beauty at its best. But this region is also one of the poorest in China. What will hosting this international festival mean to Liangshan?
let me tell you a little story about this. In 1947,
China's economy is slowing, and judging by the demand for Maltai liquor as well as the price that consumers are willing to pay, it doesn't seem like Guizhou Maltai is feeling the consumption pinch. What's your assessment of the China's consumption market? This data center, I mean, it's the only man-made cave center right here in the Gui'an area. Why such a design? And talk to us also about the security level. What kind of levels of defenses are there? It just makes me more vigilant. And for me, the benefits of mobile payment outweigh its risks. Of course, you can also choose to walk and explore one of the many gardens of Chinese provinces and stop and smell the flowers. Raw, pure, and primitive. Over 95% of Banjing Mountain is covered by forest. The steps grant people access to the water stored deep down the stepwell. People used to value water so much that they would conserve water this way. The rise of higher brothers who begin their journey right here in Chengdu has many saying that it could be the first global success story from China when it comes to hip-hop music. You are a military pentathlon athlete, which is considered one of the toughest in the games. Yeah. So why is it important for the military to invest time and effort in sports?
It's quite simple. The government in your own country give you a task to perform.
Right now, if you look at the investing relationship, China has been investing more into South Africa than South Africa into China. Where do you see opportunities in China? What specific sectors, areas? Get China's value chain game. It is changing. As we may know, many of these foreign fast fashion clothes are actually made in China. Very well said. I think research has also put out that with more plants around us, our well-being, creativity and productivity also increases. Thank you, Sarah, again for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. We're going to miss this a great deal.
I miss it too. Right, so Zhou, this is the end of the expo, 162 days.
So we are in an electric aircraft and it's been super fun trying to, work things out in terms of how you fly a plane. So you guys should definitely come here to the China Pavilion to check this out. So as China seeks to import more and open up further, for foreign brands who want to compete in China, how can they compete against the backdrop of rising local Chinese brands?
Very good question. I think the answer is they have to become more Chinese.
Of all the opening up measures announced by Chinese President Xi Jinping, the reduction of institutional costs, tariffs, and business environment, IP protection, which one matters most in Malaysia and why?
I think what really captured me yesterday during our presidency speech was opening up together with innovation.
2018, Chinese wine imports in volume actually saw a dip of about 8%. But when it comes to the value of these imports, it actually rose by 2%. So it's safe to say that Chinese are seeking higher value wines. For perspective, this company can make net profit margins of 10 to 15% from its original equipment manufacturing segment. But by producing its own brands, net margins can double up to 30 and even 40%.
China and Japan are two of Zespri's most important markets. These two, I think, they account for over 20% of your group revenue. How much more significant will China's contribution be to Zespri in the near and medium term?
So China has been one of our fastest growing markets now over the last decade.
I would probably break my bones and poke myself silly if I tried my hand at this long spout teapot.
Well, this is pretty cool. I'm surfing on a mobile app and I think I surf better here than in real life. Should the athletes want to take their minds off the games, there is the arcade center for a fun game or two. For example, how these vendors cheeky self-ice cream at the Turkish pavilion. Every challenge here at the seamanship race has a meaning to the Navy. So these are the ropes that the athletes were dragging earlier at the beginning part of the race. They're pretty heavy. A friend who was a competitive sailor once told me, when sailing, you may be enemies with your opponents on the sea, but when you're on the shore, you're friends. As they say, men talk business on the golf course. Well, the same could be said here at the Military World Games, although it may be a different kind of business. Now, this family entertainment center seems to be quite popular with the athletes as well. Let's check it out. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh, we good. We just out here playing.
He losing. That's what he doing. He losing.
Well, they're having too much fun right here. But it's also about the little things. In between rushing from one garden to another pavilion, a few things have stood out to me. Firstly, I'm amazed at how so many foreigners are able to converse in fluent Chinese. Secondly, it warms my heart when I see families of 3 to even 4 generations bonding at the expo.
88了。
88岁了。
那都是看法，很开心。
You also get to try out traditional women's wear for free, and here I'm wearing what is known as the soap national.
Food is one way to people's hearts. Well, it is to mine at least. Thank you. It's very, very refreshing.
For those who have been through breakups, you will likely relate to some of the stories portrayed here at the museum. For me, I truly believe that what's meant to be will find its way. So for those who have had their hearts broken, as the old saying goes, time heals. And for those who have yet to find their soulmate, here's to hoping you will one day. And fret not, for what's yours will be yours.
China is opening up.
What is it that Malaysia would like to export more to China besides palm oil?
Well, we don't have much by way of technology, but we have durian.